drug agent Shane Tanner's in the business of fighting back. But when family business becomes deadly, his only job is revenge.
How many more people are gonna die because you want to do the right thing?
Jonathan Schack, Jake Busey, and Will Patton kick action into high gear in Roadhouse 2.
Roadhouse 2 Last Call is the sequel to the Patrick Swayze classic Roadhouse. This sequel was released on November 28, 2006. If it is good, whatever. If it is bad, whatever. Let's just get started. So the story follows the owner of the Black Pelican Roadhouse, named Nate Tanner, who gets beat up very brutally by thugs. When his nephew Shane, who is a DEA agent, finds out, he goes to where the Black Pelican is located, in Louisiana. Yeah. Shane's roots run deep in this town. I'm going to stop there because I fucking hate this story. If it was a standalone movie, it actually might not have been all that bad. But because it's a sequel to Roadhouse, it spits on the original movie's story and legacy. I will review the original movie. I don't know when, but it's going to happen. But for the sake of this review, all you need to know is that I really enjoyed the original movie a lot. I was aware of the negative reviews that this movie got, but I saw the trailer, and I actually thought it was going to be a good movie. I'm not joking. Also, I don't always agree with the backlash the movie receives. I always try to give the benefit of the doubt, especially if I really want to see the movie. Hell, I even love the cover of the DVD. But the movie fucks up in almost every category, including the cover. The cover is extremely misleading. The girls on the cover do not appear once in the movie. I have never seen marketing this blatantly fucking awful. But why is the story itself so bad? Well, it is painfully generic. I have seen a shit ton of action movies. I earnestly enjoy most of the ones that I have seen. Some people might call them generic, but I honestly thought the ones that were good had some things, or at least one thing, that made them stand out. If I ignored them, it would not be fair. But I did not know the definition of generic until I saw this movie. Oh my god. It runs the gamut from the hero disobeying orders from law enforcement because a villain made the case personal, to a sheriff of a small town who refuses to do a single goddamn thing to stop the villains because of different ideologies of the law, and at least two or more of the antagonists as being goddamn redneck stereotypes. This would not be such a problem if the movie did something interesting with these, but it does not. Although I don't think you could do anything interesting with redneck stereotypes, because stereotypes in general have been beaten into the goddamn ground for years. Even though the movie tries to flesh out Shane's character, it does so in the laziest ways possible. Also, this movie has little to do with the Also, this movie has very little to do with the original movie. But at the same time, it tries to remind you of the original. It has Shane go over the rules that Dalton went over in the first movie. There are a few times when the characters say, "I thought you'd be bigger," which is a line from the first movie. Shane is Dalton's son as well. I should be loving this, but in reality, I hate that it does all that shit. It is just fucking insulting. The fact that they even made Shane Dalton's son is an insult to the original movie and Dalton's character. But how is this movie different from the original? Besides the fucking fact that it focuses on a different character and situation, like a few sequels do. Well, for a movie that tries to replicate the extreme and raw style of the original, it does not really have the strength to go all the way. It pulls back when it is just about to get really racy, and I hate that. I goddamn hate that. Shane goes to see a stripper, and it looks like he might just fuck her, but he says, "I'd like to, but I have something else to do." I think that line pretty much sums up the way this movie is, and my point. By the way, the woman never appears in the scene again, making this scene completely fucking pointless. Getting back to my point, the original went all the way, showing multiple scenes of nudity and blood. This movie has only 2 scenes of nudity and has far less blood. There's not even nudity in the sex scene between the love interest. This means it comes close to capturing the spirit of the original, but of course never goes all the way. Now, the characters are character types that I've seen before, or except the love interest. Yeah, she's kind of a country girl who looks very similar to Taylor Swift, to be quite honest. But she does a substantial amount of fighting with Shane, and is pretty damn good at it. But, yeah. So, on some level, they avoided the trappings of action movies on that part. But that's not enough to distract you from the other characters, or even from the fact that Jake Busey, son of Gary Busey, plays a major role in this movie. One more reason not to see it. Although he does play the main villain in Wild Bill, who is a really evil bastard, who is not likable and is not supposed to be likable. It is fun to watch him get punched into a pelican's beak. The only thing this movie got right was the action. There are plenty of goddamn punches and kicks. Hell, there are even a few gunshots. Yeah, there was only one explosion, but that's alright. You don't have to have multiple explosions for the action to be good. The production values are weird to say. The cinematography is amateur at best. The editing is competent. The music is okay. However, the sound pales in comparison to even other direct-to-DVD movies' sound. At times it sounds like it was made in the 90s. Ironic. Overall, Roadhouse 2: Last Call is a pretty bad movie. It has a story that is formulaic at best and punches and kicks to the original at Old Roadhouse at worst. Not to mention subpar production values even by direct-to-DVD standards. I am glad that people hate this one. I might even make a short story just to wreck on the story in this fucking weak sequel. That's how much I hate it. But the action scenes and the fact that the love interest is kind of a tough girl is the only reasons why I'm not giving this a 0. I will settle with 1 out of 5 stars with the title of horrible. Anyway, I'm Spike Robot. Thank y'all for watching, and take it easy.
You can take the money.